Hey, it's Dom here from Wakeford Digital, and in today's video I wanted to run through a bit of a new process that we're doing which can definitely speed up the workflow of getting a video into YouTube, as well as coming up with things like a description for the video, which can take a little bit of time, particularly for smaller businesses. Getting quality videos up is really important, but particularly for businesses like Trout Tales, where we're adding videos on a regular basis. And what we can actually do is utilize a platform, two AI platforms actually, one called Descript and then ChatGPT, just to help speed up the process. So what we've done is we've created the video and we've uploaded this to YouTube. In this instance, we're using the October phishing update that Matt has created, and what we want to do is come up with a description for this video. So the first step that I'm going to do is using a platform which we use quite regularly these days called Descript. And what we're going to do is drop and drag our video that we've created into this platform. And what you'll notice this will do is actually take a bit of time to analyze the video. If we wanted to, if there were multiple speakers, for instance, you can actually get it to analyze the audio and then assign speakers, so that way it can help sort of distinguish. But in this instance, we've only got Matt speaking here. So what this is going to do is transcribe the audio into text, and this will help just instead of us having to sit here now and write sort of what the video is about or provide that input to ChatGPT, which you'll see shortly, we're actually just going to use this transcript to do that process. So that's now done. If we were really pedantic, what you can actually do in Descript is click on the filler words and remove those. So we can remove those and then remove all. And what we now have is that transcript of what Matt has said here in the video. So we've got a little teaser at the start of this video, so I'm not going to worry about that, but we can then copy that. What we're going to do is copy just the transcript that we've got here and then jump across to ChatGPT. And what we've actually done is created what's called a custom GPT that's specific for creating these YouTube video descriptions. So in the background of this, we've told it to do some certain parameters. So for example, ask these certain questions at the start. They can help prompt the video. Told it specifically that what you're doing is coming up with a YouTube video description, so it's going to sort of do that as well. So it's just a little bit more refined. Instead of us having to start from scratch with ChatGPT and say your role is to come up with a YouTube video description, we've essentially optimized all of that process to again make this task of coming up with the video description as easy as possible. So in this instance, what we're going to do is coming up with a video description based on an October update for fly fishing. So with ChatGPT, as sort of is best practice, or particularly what we do, is we still want to give it information. We don't just want to copy the transcript straight in, but in this instance, because we do have that transcript, using the power of Descript, what we can say is transcript from the video below. I'm just going to hit enter or return here and see what it comes up with. Given that there's a lot of information already in the transcript, I imagine it's going to be pretty close. As you can see here, the sort of format that we've got it to come up with is a description and then some highlights for each video as well. So I'm just going to have a quick read over this. So overall, I think this is really good. There's probably some terminology in here with regards to things are heating up. So I'm actually just going to go back to ChatGPT here and say, and this sort of prompting is completely up to you. There's no right or wrong here. We just find that giving it more information tends to create a bit more of a relevant outcome. You can see again, as a part of the GPT that we've created, it comes up with a title too. Now, particularly for Matt and Trout Tales, we're doing titles a little bit differently at the moment, but I'm really happy with this. It's come up with the description. We can even go back and say, we can tweak this content as well. So can we make the description a little longer? The other thing, as a sort of helpful tip that we might also look to do here, is we might look to optimize this for SEO, for example. So what we can do is say, can this also be optimized? So I've said, can this be optimized for the keyword fly fishing Tasmania? So what that's probably going to do is start to incorporate, as you can see here in bold, the keyword that we're after here as well. And as you can see, it's also tweaked some of the headings there. We already actually have these call to actions in the video. You might have seen before, we've preset these up already, so that's great. But now what I can essentially do is copy and paste this description over here into our video. A little bit of formatting, which again, we could actually go back to the GPT and reformat this. So that way it automatically does this without the dots and adds it in like that. But we're kind of happy with where that's sitting. We're happy with a little bit more information on this one, and then we can grab just this last little call to action bit down here as well. And in the space of like 5 minutes, without us having to sit there and sort of write out all this information, we've got a fantastic description for a YouTube video that we know is optimized, contains a bit of information in it as well. And if you think about it from the visitor perspective too, it provides detail. They're obviously going to watch the video, which is great, but it provides detail on what they're actually going to expect in the video. The last thing that we'll probably do is just tweak that title, as I mentioned before, just to make it a little bit more engaging. So we could even use this GPT now to say, can we make in this instance we might even say clickbait-esque. And we can even go back and say, what are 5 examples or options? So that way we can sort of choose which one of these is going to be the best. The other thing, which is sort of extending on the premise of this video, we can go to another one of Matt's videos, for example. We might like this style of title here. So we can copy this. So as an example, please use this as the format for the title. And I'm just going to say, but with our content. Something like this, for example, is great. It's kind of a little bit more engaging than just the sort of standard October fishing update. So we can perhaps combine the best of the two. This one still has that October fly fishing update, for example, but it just makes it a little bit more engaging. So particularly when we're uploading lots of videos or videos on a regular basis, having this GPT and using programs like Descript can really speed up the workflow. And I think the other way to look at it is essentially break down the barrier of uploading. There's no hesitation to upload the video because I have to create this description or I have to make a transcript for it. The other option that we have here in Descript is we can use that. It needs a bit of tidying up, but we can actually use that to create a subtitles file, or if we're creating reels, for example, and you quite often see very popular now, it's got that caption over the top. Descript is a really great way to essentially do that too. So plenty of options here, combining the power of ChatGPT and programs like Descript just to make the workflow for businesses easier. So hope you've enjoyed the video. If you've got any questions, feel free to reach out. Always happy to have a chat, and let us know if you implement this sort of a workflow in your business too.